parties, you guys are happy just playing politics with the cocaine issue. It's a serious issue.
That is why we are saying leave politics out of it.
We're told that the Minister of Education, Professor Nana Jane Opoku Ajima, and the Deputy Minister of Education announced in Parliament on Monday, okay, that well, as far as they are concerned, the free SHS policy will fully be implemented in 2015, and so far we're told that the beneficiaries will be in excess of some 360,000 students. That should be good news as far as we're concerned.
Well, I thought you start with Apostle.
Okay, let me start with
free SHS.
Oh,
which was never there.
Free senior high school is a welcome news. We wanted to do it in full, not only for day students. As a matter of fact, day students don't pay fees. Day students is already tuition is already free, so what they pay is PTA dues and few other things. So free senior high school, day student or day school at the senior high school is already free. So for me, I don't know what do you want to free again when the system is already free. So what we were talking about MPP, what they wanted to copy, that they couldn't copy, is to make the entire system.
Oh, you mean what they are copying free. That they're not copying what?
Well, okay. it's making the entire system free. We're not talking about making something which is already free and make it free.
You mean every student in senior school would have gone to school free?
No, that is, yes, everybody, irrespective of being a day school or a boarding school. That was a program,
so if you're a border, you just go buy your trunk or
they'll provide a trunk.
We are discussing serious issues.
But it's true, but he said free.
That is what we said. That is why you will see people in demonstration holding their top boxes and their trunks and other, meaning that if you get those things, by the parents getting them for you, the rest
you can go to school. You can just go and lodge in the school.
Just your fees, your feeding.
Now, what government says next year will be fully implemented, and already we have a number of schools being constructed as part of the 200 free senior.
And there's this saying in Akan that "Quatrekwas of Mount Tamatini" simply means if somebody who is already naked want to clothe you, you find out whether indeed the person can't clothe himself and want to clothe you. We have a budget. If you compare the 2014 budget to that of the 2015 budget, we can see the money that was voted for schools, so that the Ghana Education Service and the Ministry of Education in general. And then you go to the Ministry of Education.
You mean disparities in the allocations? Or the disbursements?
I'm developing the point, if you'll be allowed. You see, when you look at the money that we're talking about money votes, it's the money that is approved by Parliament. The ministry will make their projections to the Ministry of Finance with a ceiling. The Ministry of Finance will seal it and give them what they think the budget can or the purse of the state can hold. Then they will send it to the Parliament for approval. Parliament, we can bring it down, we cannot add. So what Parliament gives to them is what is called financial votes for the ministry at the year. So when we look at their financial votes or the money voted for the ministry as compared to releases, because when Parliament approve it for them, calling it financial vote, that doesn't end it. It's also come to a point where the Ministry of Finance will start to disburse the money to the Ghana Education Service. What they got at the end of the year, when you take item 1 from it, the rest, they did not even get a quarter of the release for the whole 2014. Item 1 is salaries and monuments.
You mean they've not even gotten one?
Quarter, one-fourth of
one
what
out of the 4.
we approved for them.
For
if
20,
you take item 1 for 2014, if you take item 1,
the district assemblies?
No, I'm talking about Ghana Education Service, Ministry of Education budget. If you take item 1 is the salary and monument. If you take that thing out, the remaining are item 2, item 3. That is service votes and then investment. They did not get 1/4 quarter of the whole money that was voted for them. The question is, that is why we, at a point in time, even chalk, because they have to buy chalk from item 2. Chalk was a problem for them. Capitation grant was a problem for them. You see, and then this same government, who cannot reduce corruption, increase money that comes into the consolidated fund, and then try to release money to the various ministries, come to tell you that they are even going to make the education free. So that is why they should look at 2014 budget. You see, in Parliament, at times I find it very difficult why Parliament is even looking at your 2015 budget. Because if you approve a budget for a government,
the disbursements
and the government has not been able to implement the budget to 1/4 of what the government should do, then that same government comes to you with another budget. You are going to approve it for them.
But I mean, it's not true that they've not been able to implement the 1/4 even as far as the disbursements are concerned.
You see, if ministries,
for the 2014 budget, but you are talking about this very section about education. Is that not what you're saying?
Yeah, it runs across all.
The point is made, Sammy.
Yeah, you see, but
Sammy, your point is made.
If ministers are like members of parliament, like where they are voted for but not being appointed by the president, and they are bold enough to come out to tell what happened to them in 2014 in terms of money funds released,
then you feel that
you will see
questions would have been raised.
Exactly.
Well,
he's raising serious points, and I've also heard, I've also heard concerns about non-disbursement even to district and assemblies.
That is why the common fund is in 4 quarters.
Let me. Common fund is not in 4 quarters.
They just paid.
So it's not. So
you have not hit the account.
Oh,
they released the money yesterday.
No, please. No. My district received. They've even finished dispensing it. So don't. If yours got. Yes. So please. Roland,
your district.
I want everybody.
Your assembly members are watching.
Yes,
you.
I know, but it's true. But I was with my DC yesterday in Accra.
It came into graphic.
Listen, yes, but it doesn't mean that was when the money was sent.
Go. Even if it is a month ago, it's too late.
Roland, I want my friend to tell me in which government era did budget estimates
get fully implemented.
I haven't said that. Budgets are budgets. They are guiding a ministry as to what they want to do. It's a program. Thankfully, we've even moved from activity-based budgeting now to program-based budgeting. So it's a continuum. So you start from somewhere, wherever you get to before the end of the year, the next year you continue. You understand? And under this Ministry of Education budget, you find out there are programs, free exercise books, free this, free that, free this, free that. So if you listen to Okujeto Ablakwa yesterday, Honorable Okujeto Ablakwa yesterday, he was saying that they've increased. This is the highest number that they've envisaged to share in many of these, the whole uniform and all of that. Now back to the court in the free SA. Me, whatever is happening, I always smile because it only shows that the president is very consistent with what and is walking his talk. Remember that the president's trust is that you cannot implement free education holistically in one go. You can't find the money even as a state. You do it gradually. And indeed, free education, as envisaged by the framers of the Constitution, is supposed to be what? Progressively free. So we are moving somewhere. We have started in 2015, they said that day students will be covered. Then maybe the following year, some aspects will be covered for boarding students. Then gradually, because the word there in the Constitution is what? Progressively free. Because the framers know that, look, with all these challenges, imagine that tomorrow some government wakes up and says that, look, everybody come to school free. How? Even when we had to, when they extended SHS from 3 years to 4 years, did you see what Professor Mills went through? We had to build emergency classroom blocks. Because they didn't make provision for any classroom at all. They just went and announced that thing. And now people were sleeping in dining halls. Students were sleeping in carpentry sheds. We had to find money. Some of the challenges the GET Fund is going through today is because we had to bend backwards. That is why GET Fund is in arrears. Because several of these emergency classrooms had to be awarded and contractors asked to find the money to do them and be paid later and when money comes into
the so some of those contractors have not been paid.
Yes. So they were really the cause of the problem. And I believe that President Mahama have seen through the challenge. He is not going to go that way. We are not going to bring unnecessary expense on this nation when the time hasn't come for it. Education is important. That is why progressively we are increasing the budget for education.
But George, you should say if allocations to a specific sector, and we're talking critically about education, is supposed to go for certain user activities in the schools and have not gone to the various educational directorate for it to be disbursed to the schools. Yes. But now we're making a lot more promises. and we understand the budget is project-based budget, and the things that you're talking about, it still speak not well of us.
Let me tell you something. The challenge we have, the challenge I have with
it means that we're not prioritizing.
No,
we're just promising.
No, it's not about prioritizing.
Right.
You see, the challenge I have, and I believe that my fellow MP would understand better what I'm talking about. You know, the challenge I have is our decentralization vis-a-vis the educational policy. Because you see, when Ministry of Education brings their budget, I believe they bring their budget to cater for general education in the country. But I'm sure your district director of health director of education is always on your neck for support. This assembly is investing in education. Wherein lies so in actual fact, you will see that the amount of money that has gone into education.
So you're saying there's no congruence?
Yes, I'm saying that yes, the amount of money that has gone into education.
That is not the issue.
Vis-a-vis what has been budgeted for, you will find out that in actual fact, if you want to know how much went directly into education from all these sectors I'm talking about, even the GET fund allocation to education and things like, if you add all, it may even be more than the total vote of the Ministry of Education for the same things. There were problems because of late release, for instance, to the assemblies. So yes, the issue of
there are still problems.
Yes, we are now by the end of the year would have just been two quarters behind, and it's not new. Government, it's
not unusual.
No, it's not unusual for government to be in a quarter or two, or sometimes in the worst case three.
Say three.
You know, as a when it happens. Even recently, we're talking about transfer of pensions. It's the same thing. You go and you find out that government are always a month or two or three in a year, because that's how the system runs.
It's not true.
You see, that is how the system runs. Because you must collect.
Not been paid, so that's how the system runs.
And I'm saying that as we sit here, please, as we sit here today, you cannot be talking about 4 quarters. You cannot be talking about 4 quarters. So please give the right out.
But don't you think ideally, at least we should have had
everybody
only in arrears of a quarter?
Roland, everybody would have. In fact, I think that even arrears in a quarter, if we can.
During the period of the late Professor Mills, we didn't witness all these difficulties.
No, they were in arrears. Go ahead.
But not 4 quarters.
Yes, I am saying
Granted
that.
They were in arrears.
Yes,
even before they were arrears.
Yes, I'm saying that.
But
I'm saying that. Listen.
To what end?
Roland, have you read the budget statement already?
Me?
Yes, have you read it?
Yes, I have read the budget. You don't expect that I come and sit here and I haven't read the document that I can use in questioning you.
The minister had to explain to you.
Mr. George, hello.
I'm saying that
you don't expect that I'll come and sit here questioning you about a document I haven't read.
I'm surprised because I'm saying that the minister had explained to us in the budget that he had to find in excess of 3 billion cedis somewhere to clear arrears of single spine. 3 billion Ghana cedis.
And we went for Eurobond for 1 billion. That's why we told them that we want Eurobond.
We used it to clear the debt that you owe. The 750 that you took. We had to clear some of the debt.
The recent one. The recent
Eurobond, when did he come in? We are talking about it. When did he come in? Please. You don't tell the government what to do. I didn't tell you that we are taking the Eurobond to come and do
salaries.
That. No. We don't take loans to pay salaries.
I think that's clarified. Okay, let's go.
We didn't say that.
Conclude so that
all I'm saying is that if people want to wear dark spectacles in a dark room, and so are asking questions like the loans that he himself has approved in Parliament for specific projects, he's asking me that where are they? Then only God.
But we have approved the loan, you implement it and use it for a specific project.
So you always
someone. Yes. Yeah. As you bring your clarification in, I believe that even personally or at the corporate level, etc., when you draw up a budget, it's not all the line items on the budget that you will fulfill or will be able to implement, and so you push the items forward.
Exactly.
Okay.
He made
so as far as in strategic management is concerned, and the deployment of various management information systems, you push the thing forward. And that's strategy.
He was misquoted. I didn't say.
So why are you trying to make a meal out of it?
He was misquoted. I didn't say that government should implement the budget in full.
In its entirety, yes. Because it can happen anyway.
Say that it can, but we haven't seen any government
not absolutely
doing that yet.
Not absolutely.
Exactly. So, but we have not also seen a government that will sit down and an important ministry like education, only 1 year will go, and to a point that chalk will even be in a shortage.
Well, other sectors also need money.
Exactly. was talking about.
But are you saying that? Are you saying
about,
that the information you are giving that only one release went? It is not true.
Program.
How many releases?
Go and check.
How many releases?
I will not be able to tell you exactly.
I've had MPs who come here and they are complaining because the MPs are part of the district assemblies, aren't they?
I'm part of this. I'm saying that the education budget doesn't go to your
Judge, you have
doesn't go to your
Judge, you've had your say. Mr. Lowe, you had your say.
Grant is in arrest for how many contests?
Tell us.
Exactly. Three terms.
Capitation.
Grants.
Capitation has recently been released. Go and check.
When you talk about recently released,
I didn't go and check
for 3 terms.
And then you release in November.
It's been released.
So
it's been released.
was
So what
talking
are you
about item-based budget, activity-based budget, and the program-based budget. They was trying to use it to defend it. That is even the worst situation. When you have a program,
that scenario is even wrong.
No.
Because when we have a program-based budget, and then we have the items, program-based budget, so you program yourself for the next 7 years. And then you program the budgets because it's a program.
And the allocations are not going. You delay the project execution.
No.
You delay the project execution. Is that what you're saying? In project management, then you delay the timelines for achieving.
For activity based, if you don't need the money and you think this activity, you can throw it in that this activity.
Yes.
We are not continuing. So that one, if you even delay payment or anything, you cannot continue with that activity. You put it somewhere. But program based is not like that.
Yes.
You end up putting money into a program or a project. Because you haven't completed the project, you may not benefit from it. The money is blocked.
No, it's not true.
That is why in the program-based budget, you must make sure that you generate a lot of income to support the finance program-based budget.
Maybe you did not attend the workshop.
I was there.
And then how can you be giving this explanation? I'll give you an example. 200 secondary schools.
Exactly.
200 secondary schools. Government hasn't gotten money. Listen, government hasn't gotten money to do all. So it's been structured in 50s.
Exactly.
You understand?
Exactly.
But government is organizing its finances very well. So if in a year, out of the 50, they said 73 has been started. Maybe next year, 100 can be done because we have enough money. And so 100 contractors can be deployed. You are catching up.
What you are saying
No, what you are saying is that you say the money. No, you have a time span. No, you have a time span.
And then
you say by 2016 you build so many schools.
Exactly.
So if in the first year you didn't even build any, it doesn't stop you from starting all the 200 or finish or starting
the 50 that you started. How many of them have been
completed?
Please,
that is neither here nor there. I'm saying that a road.
You said it's a project.
You see, it's a project.
It's a project. It's a project by which
you may spend 1 year doing all procurement.
So he says that it's a project which have to be executed within a certain span.
Can I come in with this?
Or time frame.
We have money for 123.
So
are you aware that there's money now for 123?
Presupposing, if I get your understanding very right, that it means that you're supposed to perhaps achieve the execution of the 200 schools within the 4-year period. So whether it takes you 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, it doesn't matter. It's a project executed.
Yes.
We know the danger.
And the cost is the same.
You've given me a proper perspective and understanding.
Because you want to.
Is it the same perspective you also have about the project?
That is what I'm saying. But he trying not to get my point. My point is this. For instance, if we are going to build 50 schools, the idea is that we plan having 200, but because we don't have enough money now, let's start with the 50. So it means next year we are going to start with another 100. The 50 that you've started, you have not been able to complete the 50. And because of the money that you sunk into the 50, you've deprived the purchasing of chalk and some basic items that the students also need in school. And that is what is happening.
The school has no correlation with your service budget. Listen, the 123 money that has
it's investment. All is coming from the same consolidated fund.
It is not budget. No, the budget the ministry.
Some are for loans.
Yes,
the budget that they are presenting.
I'm saying that
the money that the budget came from Get Fund, not from the Ministry of Education.
Look,
the money is from Get Fund, not from the Ministry of Education.
Get the finder. You see that the loan that they were for the Eurobond, they have used it as a counterpart fund to get the loans.
I'm saying that.
So what I'm saying is that whether it means loan or
I am saying that the money for the schools was from Get Fund allocation, not allocation to Ghana Education Service. So you cannot be talking about chalk to Ghana Education Service and be linking it to a project that has not been completed. I'm saying that we said, the President says by 2016, I'll provide so many schools. We are in 2014. give him the benefit of the doubt. If by 2016 he hasn't finished, now he's telling you that out of the 200, I have money for 123.
That same president came out to say that we are finishing 15 schools for this year.
No.
He said,
how many have been?
Listen.
Now,
Listen.
he
said
Sammy,
you start first 50.
now, Sammy,
Yes,
read the budget. Now, Sammy, with all these difficulties, with all these difficulties we're witnessing, as far as allocation is concerned, and all these having an impact on teaching and learning, how is that going to impact on the products that come out of the schools?
What we are going to today, I read in one of the newspapers. They said university graduates half baked. You see, these are the results. That
No, they have been half baked from time immemorial.
You see, that is why we went to school. We all learned simple English grammar: good, better, best. So MPP, let's say, was doing good.
No, you cannot say that. You can't mark yourself.
To promise better. And then in the doing or implementing the better policies, you always refer us to the good. What kind of English grammar did you learn in school? Good, better, best. We were expecting you either to maintain the good for us or give the better that you promise.
You haven't read the story. If you read the story, you
refer me to the good that
I'm saying that if you had read the story,
came to promise better. And I'm saying you are taking.
If you had read the story,
so you are saying that the MPP period was good. This one,
exactly.
This one is supposed to be better, but it's not.
But it's not. It's even taking that.
Your point has been made. Now, please
wrap
up.
And when you complain, they refer you to.
You know what?
At the end of the day, it's the students who go through the school or the educational system who suffer. And Dominic Fobi, who is also a colleague of yours in Parliament, has been saying that the caliber of students sometimes produced these days are now up to scratch.
What he produced, go and look at the results under him as Minister of Education. It's terrible. But let's not even go there. I'm saying that, Roland, our school, we have all agreed, just like our economy, that our school structure must change. Unless and until that happens, in our tertiary institution particularly, we will not go. You and I, the school, the kind of education we had, you can be sure that things are different these days, and we all complain about it. We've set up Anamwa, whatever. We set up all sorts of educational things. The problem remains the same. It means that there is some structural, but consistently also, unlike what he's saying, go and look at the results of school results. This year happened to be one of the best, particularly BC. Go and check.
Are you sure?
Yes, go and check. Go and check. The last result that they released.
All right.
Oh, it was debated.
After the discussion.
It was debated. It was.
Okay.
I mean, it was much better than the previous years.
You think government can build the 200 schools?
I'm confident. I believe in my president. He will do it.
My brother, before we end, if we have a government in place, you are the Ministry of Education, Ghana Education Service, and then the pass mark of an examination was 40%, 60% you pass, or let's say 40% you pass. And then at the end of it was lowered. Oh, if we get 30%, let's take it as a pass mark. And as a result of that,
you have a lot
more people passed. Do we credit yourself?
What are you talking about? Is the examination purely? Is the examination just purely about
lowered?
Is the examination?
You mean the last examination period?
It was 2013. Find out from any education and we'll tell you. Oh, my friend, because you don't know.
My friend, go back and check your.
For people with
I'm saying go back and check your facts very well.
36 now it's a pass.
I said go. No.
Find out. You are not aware.
Are you talking about the results?
Yes.
Or you are talking about the pass mark?
The pass mark. That is the pass mark.
That's where we are discussing
this morning. The entry requirement on the pass mark.
Is a legal practitioner, but he's also a member of Parliament for North Dying. And Samuel.
No.
All right. Okay, gentlemen. Okay, that's it for now. And Samuel Ayape is a member of Parliament for Ayin Swano. Yes. And thanks for joining me, gentlemen.
Banana
the Obrojo Festival. I will. If you are welcome.
And so that's it for AM Talk.